Hi, my name is Damon Carson, founder and president of Repurposing Materials. I'd like to take a couple minutes to introduce you to the mission concept of repurposing. So I think the easiest is to start with a few definitions. So reduce, reuse, recycle, the famous triangle. What we are not is we're not recycling. We don't chip, shred, grind, melt. Rather, we're on the reuse side. But typical reuse is a forklift and a boat. In a second life, a boat stays a boat and a forklift stays a forklift. We go after byproducts and waste that can get a very different second life. So what would be some examples? How about old decommissioned fire hose, no longer good for fighting fires? Boat owners really like to wrap it around their boat docks. This tough jacketed material becomes a great boat dock or fender. Or a military cargo parachute, no longer good for dropping rations and jeeps out of airplanes, becomes a shade canopy at a backyard wedding. With repurposing, we're looking for items that are obsolete to their primary industry, but can get a productive second life. So that's all fine and good, Damon, but I don't quite understand these big industrial repurposes. Well, think about when you were a kid or you had kids. The Quaker Oats cylinder got the oatmeal from the store to home. Now we empty it. Did it ever go right in the recycle bin as a kid? Of course not. You made a drum out of it, or you made a storage container out of it. But let's go back to the big stuff. At the end of the day, we're just an industrial thrift store. We're always interested in anything that's obsolete to its primary industry. Our mission and concept is actually expanded beyond materials that we've already talked about to include chemistry, powders, ingredients, equipment, real estate, anything that's obsolete to the primary industry. Said another way, if you don't want it, we might. We then bring all these materials in from around the nation to one of our warehouses, Chicago, Atlanta, Philadelphia, Dallas, Denver, and we make them available. And then do-it-yourselfers come in, they buy pallets, or we can ship truckloads, container loads around the nation or around the world. What makes this business so much fun is we bring all this stuff in from all over the nation, and we don't even have a clue what's going to happen to it. We just wait and listen. We never know if the cranberry farmer in Michigan, the copper miner in Arizona, or the golf course superintendent in Florida is going to raise their hand and say, hey, I could use that material. Whether you have stuff or you want stuff, we look forward to being a resource for your organization.